Hello, my name is MooingCat and welcome back to another beta recap. This time around it'll be a lot of the same topics as last week. I will quickly go through the changelog, then we have some positive news from the anniversary event, which is nice to see. We have some interesting news when it comes to the Guild Expedition level 5 that might suggest it is coming out relatively soon. We have some small updates for the wildlife and the pirate/summer event, and we also have some more stuff for the university, which I talked about for the first time last week. So a decent amount of interesting things to talk about. Let's start though by quickly going through the changelog. I don't really want to mention too much, but I do want to quickly talk about these points here on Friday. First of all, in Guild Expedition, reward windows stopped appearing after solving 2 or more encounters. This also disabled the pop-ups at the places of the game until reload and led to other issues as well. This has been fixed. I'm sure some of you noticed this. I noticed it myself. Guild Expedition was quite bugged, which, in addition to some other stuff that I'll talk about a little bit later on, might suggest they're doing some stuff behind the scenes, which might mean that the new level is coming out quite soon. Then also, in GVG, it was possible to attack a sector that was granted independence earlier, mainly by using external tools. This will no longer be possible. I don't play a lot of GVG anymore, so I don't know if this was a prevalent issue, but I do remember something like this when I was playing. I feel like I've seen it as well, so probably quite a big one or big deal for people who are very active there, or guilds who are very active. So I thought I should mention it because, yeah, I think it's quite a nice bug fix. Things like that definitely shouldn't happen. Alright, that's all I really want to talk about. There are some other bug fixes here, some anniversary event bug fixes and so on. As usual, if you want to read through it yourself, I will link this in the description. And with that, let's move on to the anniversary event. Now, the event itself has finished on beta, so we can't test out anything anymore. But luckily, me and others have been tracking their results, so we can apply these updates here to those and see if they are good enough. So what are the changes? First of all, they increased the grand prize progress from emerging with locked level 4 piece to 2. So just to briefly go through the changes there, I mentioned it last time, but initially they gave 1, 2, 4 and 8 points merging depending on the level. That was then lowered to 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then later on again lowered to always be 1. But now they've done a slight turn again. So now with this latest update, the last level will give 2 points. So it'll be 1, 1, 1 and 2 points. And that's actually not a bad change. On average, at least based on my results, you have 7 or 8 of these level 4 pieces per board. So that's an additional 7, 8 points per board on average. So that's quite nice. They also increased the grand prize progress you got from opening chests to between 3 and 27, which is also quite nice. Not as big of an update, but still a decent update, and those 2 updates combined will mean that it is possible to get the main building fully leveled for free, which wasn't necessarily the case after the nerfs I mentioned in last week's beta recap. So now again, it seems like the event will be, wouldn't say easy, you do still have to think, but should be quite possible to get the main building fully leveled for free if that is indeed what you want. But of course, more on that in my event tutorial and event strategies. I have 2 things planned there, one going through the minigame and one talking about strategies and so on. So stay tuned for that. They will be out in the upcoming weeks before the event starts. Alright, let's move on to the spoiler section, starting with Guild Expedition level 5. So first of all, we do have some new assets here. We have some selection kits called Selection Kit Guild Expedition level 1, level 2, 3 and 4. And in these, we can get some of the reward buildings from Guild Expedition. I don't know if these might perhaps replace some rewards in these levels here. Perhaps they will be rewards in Guild Expedition level 5. I don't know where you might get them, but we do at least have some, so that is interesting. Now the other big thing, I can't really show you, but earlier this week, I believe it was on Monday, or I think it was Monday actually, Inno accidentally released a video on Guild Expedition level 5, where they quickly teased the updates, what the updates would be, and they also in that video mentioned that it was already live on beta. That led quite a lot of people to believe the event, the expedition level 5 would start this week. It didn't, and the video was quickly made private. So the video is not available anymore, but I and quite a few others did have a chance to look at it before it went down, and it didn't really say too much that we didn't know. It did mention that you would use your city defense, like we have speculated for quite some time. They talked about fortifications being new, things you can use to increase your chances or stuff like that. Get some additional boost, I believe, and stuff like that in Guild Expedition level 5 for each encounter. So nothing really new, but kind of confirmed what we have already speculated. Talked a little bit about the reward buildings. For example, this building here, which I believe they called, I'm not actually sure if they called it anything, but yeah, they mentioned that this one was a really powerful building, so we will see what happens there. I don't think they mentioned these, but they did mention the feathered serpent statue, which we have known about for a while. So yeah, nothing really new, but just kind of confirmed what we have already speculated for quite some time now, to be honest. So anyways, because of that, and also apparently some background changes, which was probably the cause of this bug, I think it's probably reasonable to expect the Guild Expedition to release relatively soon. I do want to mention that the video itself, the one they released, was uploaded 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, no, probably, when it was not leaked. They did publish it themselves, but by accident, probably. But when they made it public, or when they linked to it in one of the 4 servers, I believe, it was released 2 weeks ago, so now probably 3 weeks ago, so the video itself was a bit old, so it doesn't necessarily mean that we will have the next level this upcoming week, for example, but I don't know. I think it's probably reasonable to expect it to come out quite soon. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. Going to be really exciting to see if these buildings are any good, how the defense boost stuff will work, for example, and also how the fortifications will work. Oh, I have to update this, I see. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out, and I will be trying it out on beta when it comes out. We'll see if I'm able to get through it, because I don't have a lot of defense boosts, so it'll be interesting to see how high the enemy boosts are in the final level. Alright, that's all I want to talk about when it comes to the Guild Expedition. We also have some small updates for Wildlife and Pirate, nothing too big, but let's go quickly through them. We do have the Golden Upgrade Kit. I know, we all love it, of course. So, Golden Upgrade, and we also have this production icon, the Golden Panda Shrine. So that's the name of the building, it seems like. Not sure if that was known last week. And yeah, here we can see one with a fragment, which I believe is not usual that we have the fragment visible here. But all the previous upgrade or golden upgrade kits have been available as fragments, so that will return now. Exactly how that will work, we don't know. Personally, I hope it is the same way as it was in the St. Patrick's Day event, where the level 9 building produced them, but we don't know if that is the case or not. So yeah, we will have to see how that works. And that's pretty much the only change or update this week. We got some golden upgrade kits. And speaking of golden upgrade kits, we got the same in the pirate event. So we have a kit for the main building, a golden upgrade kit. So that would be level 10, this version here, be the golden level. And I did mention it, we talked about it last week, we have a golden level for the Governor's Villa, or at least that's what it appeared to be. Now that has been more or less confirmed, because we have a golden upgrade kit for the Summer 20, so Summer 2020 building, which was the Governor's Villa. So yeah, that is now also confirmed. We have a new level there, which will probably just boost the values and should make it an even better building. It's quite a good building now. But yeah, the attack values are good, but they're nothing amazing. So probably with this change, both that and probably the number of units and so on will be increased. So yeah, that's quite nice. The info screen, the third one here, has also been updated. It now includes the golden level for the governor's villa. We also have some updates when it comes to the minigame assets, or new mechanics. We don't really have too much new, but some slight updates. These pieces have been updated slightly. Previously, the wallpaper here had some info texts or info images here in the middle that suggested this event has same mechanics as the winter event. That has been removed from the board here, but that still doesn't mean or it still means that the event could have the same mechanics as the winter event. We still have, for example, the double, the show 2, stuff like that. So yeah, it's probably going to still be quite similar to the winter event, which I'm not a big fan of. The pirate keys have also gotten an update in appearance, nothing too major. We have a new scroll here for the piggy bank, probably just some background asset that not really that important, I believe. Now the merchant, it hasn't been replaced, so this still is the asset for the merchant. However, and here is an example of how it is combined in the piggy bank, thanks to Uber help. I've shown this in a couple of previous videos. But we have a different merchant in the actual assets in-game. So the piggy bank background and piggy bank background choose, those have been updated with a new merchant in the middle here. And I must say that I prefer the old one, I think. I think this one looks better in my opinion. But yeah, that has been updated. And also the balloons, they have been updated a bit in appearance. They were, actually I think all but the cash up until 9 here has been updated. Because I think this was the old one, if I remember correctly. They were definitely a lot whiter before. Now they're a little bit more worn down, a little bit different. So nothing too major, but quite like that. And also the HUD has been updated. I don't remember how it was, but I believe it might actually have had the merchant in it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that has been updated. The pointer is a sword, which is quite nice. We have some of the updated assets around here. So yeah, nothing too major, but some slight updates here in the look. So definitely looking forward to it. Let's see how this one will look when it comes to beta. Which is probably after Wildlife. It looks like Wildlife will be the next one, and then the pirate event after that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. All right, let's end this by quickly talking about the university. I did mention this briefly last week. We do have some new stuff. For example, we have this info screen here, which at the top here has the icon for the technology window. So on mobile, if you click on or look at the GUI in the bottom, the one for technologies is this, which is interesting. We also have this, which don't know what that is. We do have some research assets, and we can kind of see them here as well in the image. We have the 1 bottle, 2 bottles here. So that's this bottle converted to this, I think. So that's interesting. We have, lots of different icons related to research. Now, I don't think this will be the same as technology research. It will probably be something quite different, separate. But yeah, it looks like it will be. This might suggest it is another tab in the GUI in the bottom or on mobile and browser. But talked about it probably being or might be an outside out of city building like the castle system, and I still think that's quite likely. And as for what it is, what it gives, don't really know. We have some buff bar slots for the university, highlighted. Again, don't know what these are. We have some shop backgrounds, and yeah, some interesting stuff. And I think what we kind of speculated last time as well is that this is probably some sort of resource sink, I would imagine, that you can spend your resources in to get some additional rewards, perhaps, to improve your city somehow. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this will work. We have some new stuff as I went over now, but I still am not really sure what this is at all. So yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see going forward what new stuff we find and what exactly all of this is. So far, I'm intrigued, but yeah, we definitely have to see going forward what it actually is. Alright, I think that's all I want to talk about in this video. I do just want to quickly mention that in some of my previous live streams, I have mentioned that I would be going away for a couple of weeks now. However, that has been delayed, so I'm not going away. It was work-related. That's been delayed, so I will still be here for the next couple of weeks until beginning mid-April. Then I'll be away for a bit. But yeah, I will still be making regular videos until then. I'll do some live streams as well. And yeah, the next things you should expect from me is the anniversary event stuff that should be coming out relatively soon. I have another video and also some interesting, another interesting thing that you should expect in a couple of weeks, which I think you will enjoy. And yeah, that's about it for this video. So before I end, let me thank my Patreons for their support. I would like to thank Homestar, Lorden, Rockinobin, Kim Cayley, Rolf the 8th, PQ the Goat, Dan Sumrad, Chanty, Merrick B, Hugo Count von Count, Drew the Generous, Susan Weiss, Rocco, Berthan Embres, Spike from No Remorse, Flavius the Avenger, Henrik Dore Klerberg, Mattia, Obshe the Obsessed, Raf, Adarel, Mike, Wolfboy, Atomic, Ruth, Flavius Belisarius, Karen, and Dennis. Thanks a lot for support. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the future.